Da, 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 da. Oh no, that doesn't work either.
No.
I can't. Oh, no, that ain't gonna work.
It don't get streamed, it don't get streamed. We just cannot push back another week to fucking cancel it, we have to run it.
I think it's gonna have to be, because I can't come up with a clever way of doing it. Every time I want to do outside view and select the driver, let's say I'm watching Breeze right now, I go and click drive to change the camera and it takes it straight back to me again.
Can't you just keep it on the outside view and then just switch drivers?
No, because I can't. This is the thing. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to select the outside view on me, go to return garage, it puts me back in the car. Okay, so I'll try and do it to another driver. I'm on board with Breeze, go to change camera, I need to go to drive, then takes me back to my car again.
Right. Yeah, I get you.
It might be a case then of sitting in the lobby, kind of just, it's going to be boring, but without the stream, just so you can
Keep an eye on drivers.
keep an eye on the results, really, yeah.
Yeah, do. Well, I'm in chase cam anyway, so.
I mean, to make sure no one's driving like an absolute cunt.
Yeah, it's this ain't gonna happen. So
Yeah.
there's nothing that we can do.
No.
Hang on.
Right.
Nice, now my sponsors won't be happy.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking Latvian cunt.
Tag everyone
What?
in Discord and just let them know that it'll be watched by Dan and PM.
Yeah.
Things like grid order and all stuff like that.
That's ACC Pro. Live stream.
And it'll be our private streams
Nice.
anyway.
Error.
Is it worth? I don't know if it's worth doing this. I might go into the game chat and say the order out loud.
Yeah, everyone should fucking know it, to be fair.
No strings that error with spectators not working properly. At Dan and at PM will still be in lobby.
We're staying in this chat.
The only other thing I can think, hang on a minute, there's how many drivers?
16.
19 if T no, there's 19 if T turns up.
Does one come in?
Does Dan come in as a driver, try the camera angles then, because you should be able to change the camera angle and go back to return to garage.
Try that, Dan.
I think it's just going to do the same. But I'll try it.
I'll quickly try it if you want.
I'm on the... Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it's done the same. Let me go to the chase cam. Right, chase cam works on all the drivers.
Yeah, that's what I'm in now, is chase cam.
No.
By coming back into garage.
Coming back into the garage, chase cam works, but the minute you use the TV cameras, it just puts you back on the
Your
Yeah,
car.
TV will. But
yeah.
that's the other one, Dan, is just do that.
Yeah, go and get the Maribos out the cupboard. It's either we either do it that way or we don't stream it. I'm easy.
Yeah, I'm easy, whatever.
Were you the boys who want the stream?
If this is out of our control, so if it doesn't get streamed, James, what's up?
I like the stream, but it's
Okay,
not you
come here,
if
give me a
you
cuddle.
think you can
Mwah,
stream
love you.
doing that.
See you in the morning.
I know chase cam, doing it by chase cam's a bit
You've got
harder,
7 minutes,
but
Jam.
at least you can flick between drivers and keep a chase cam.
Guys, just do the chase cam.
Better than nothing, I guess.
It's gonna be a different perspective.
Yeah.
It's going to be shit, but yeah, fine. We'll do it that way.
Right, okay. Good job, mate. Press on the not message. Delete. Right, so Pien, you stay where you are in the spectator seat. Dan, you come in as a driver, considering as we're expecting fucking.
Well, why is the point of me coming in as a driver?
19. Can you? Does the chase cam thing?
Yeah, it still works. Everything still worked the same. No, it just doesn't change the camera.
Right.
I thought you said you had to go to drive to change.
Yeah, I change it in my car.
Yeah.
Right, so that's what Matt's saying. If you
Return
go
to
chase
garage.
cam,
Yeah. I can do that. I could have done that in the first place.
Oh right, okay.
No, I just couldn't. No, I couldn't change to the TV cameras. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Just run it with chase cam then. We just go off chase cam. Just do your stream. Just keep.
Right. Okay. Thanks. What a joke.
I want to say it. Project Cars 2 is better.
Yeah.
With this.
Project Cars was always better than this shit. Right. We gotta get on with this, so...
I'll tell you what, in this practice, Benny's not far off.
No, he's not in the Jag, is he?
No.
Right, are you ready?
Yep.
This is going to be the most painful stream ever, but you know.
Oh, it could be only 9 cars.
Right, you ready?
Yep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. My name is Dan Davis, and joining me in again the commentary box is PN Motorsport. PN, for all the guys who are watching right now, they're going to be incredibly confused and lost right now because, like we said in the build-up, we are having issues with broadcasting, and this is the issue. We don't have any TV cameras. Every time that me and PN seem to come into the session, the game seems to bring us actually in our race cars, and we can't change TV cameras. Basically the spectator mode has decided to be a bit of a bum this evening, PM. But nonetheless, we are here at the Temple of Speed at Monza for the next round of the season, and this should be an interesting stream nonetheless.
Yeah, how much are we actually going to miss because we ain't got the TV cameras? You know what it is, they're on strike. That's what they've done. Yeah,
well, obviously, last night we had the strike of PlayStation. They decided to boot us all out of our commentary boxes. And tonight it's ACC are now on strike, especially the TV crew. So we get the delights of looking at the back of cars.
We are in Italy. we are in Italy, so...
We are in Italy, and I will quickly run through our build-up as fast as I possibly can. But we are here at the Temple of Speed, Monza, just outside the city of Milan. And what an iconic circuit we come to, the home of Italian motorsport. The length of the circuit is 3.6 miles long, and in kilometres, if you want to know, is 5.793 kilometres long, 11 corners, and the race lap record ever is in a Formula 1 car of a 121.046 by Rubens Barrichello in the Ferrari F2004. Obviously in a Formula 1 car, was first opened in the 3rd of September 1922, and a capacity of 120,000 people. The current record for a GT3 car is held by Mercedes AMG, which we haven't got any on the grid for Pro, and that lap time was a 1:47.1, and at the minute we are 2 seconds off that pace, and that was set, I believe, in 2018. Like I said, just outside Milan. Most famous events here is obviously GT World Challenge, 6 Hours of Monza, Formula 1, and the usual things. And it's also home to the closest race in sporting history. The top 5 finishes were only separated by 0.6 seconds, PN. So
in 1971.
In 1971, Monza is definitely an iconic circuit, and also one of the most iconic things as well is that Gary 131 here especially took a race win right on the line in the wet conditions back in Project Cars 2, where, let me just remind everyone as well, just to say how great Project Cars 2 is. We wouldn't be having this issue if we were on there, but hey, we're on ACC, we got to stick to the times. But nonetheless, PN, we've got an interesting night's worth of racing. We got Ben wanted me to go on the rear of his sexy Jag, and here we are. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting stream.
Just gone faster now, so
he has gone faster, but he's not quite gone fastest overall yet. Last night, obviously, in my Audi, I did a lap time of 48.7. He's currently a 10th off of that, but he's doing it in fast conditions, so yeah, he's probably going to smash my lap time, no problem. But nonetheless, the Jag so far, PN, is a surprise. He's only half a second off of Ripper.
Well, it's an anvil, really, with how much grunt that Jag actually has. And around Monza, what do you need? Oh yeah, top speed and cornering.
You do indeed. Right, okay, so quickly, 4 minutes before the end of the practice session and then a minute of qualifying. The reason for the minute of qualifying is because race 1 is based off a reverse grid championship order. Now, obviously, we've done the first round of the season. They had 2 qualifying sessions, and we are here for Monza for the first time doing a reverse grid championship. And the reverse grid will look like this once I find the Discord message. There we go. We should have all 19 drivers. I think we're just missing T at the minute. So this is the current order of the grid. It is going to be Big Boy Brazio, who starts on pole position, with Smoky Devil starting in 2nd. 3rd should be Shane, with Jay starting in 4th place. Fury will start in 5th, with Emplava starting 6th. 7th will be, I can't quite see it, will be Tech Leader in 7th place, with Louis Allen in 8th. Nexus will start in 10th, with Euro starting in the 10th place position. 11th is Peaceful Explosion, 12th is Gary 131, 13th is Green Wolfinator, with Exit Tibbs starting 14th. 15th is Matahimovic, 16th is Overtaker, The Ripper will start 17th, and Breeze and T will start at the back of the pack, as they weren't around for first race of the season. Now, that's the reverse grid. These guys have 1 lap, the formation lap, to get themselves into order as quickly as possible. Us Pro-Am boys managed to do it just before the end of Lesmo 2. So let's see how well they do this evening. But nonetheless, PN, we are here at Monza, iconic circuit. I believe it's roughly 75 to about 80% of the race is pretty much flat out. They'll be at full throttle. And I always like to describe Monza as very easy to learn, very difficult to master.
Yeah, I would say that.
It's obviously one of those circuits that, like you said, it's a lot of straights, a lot of fast corners. As I said, most of the time you are just flat out all the time. And it's very easy to make a mistake at a braking zone or anything like that, because there is so much that could go wrong on a lap.
Yeah, you probably get false sense of security going down the straights, because you start to relax and go, oh, we've got a brake. Oh, but yeah, as we've got returning Breeze for this race.
We do have a returning Breeze in the McLaren. He's currently P6 at the minute. He's currently in the pits. I am going to be trying my very best to see all the fights and what's going on with these camera shots. I was going to go for a different camera view, but I decided, you know, we're going to stick with the chase camera because that's probably the best view. But nonetheless, we're going to give our best shot. Good old ACC deciding not to play ball.
G-Portal. Could be G-Portal themselves, who we rent the server from.
Could be G-Portal. Could be absolutely anyone. Could be, you know, could be PN. He might be messing with us right now just as a little joke. I'm joking, PN. But nonetheless, this is what we have to deal with. Regarding milestones here this evening, if McLaren gets one pole position, that'll be its 50th. Regarding Ferrari, though, if they get 4 cars on the podium in both races, or get at least 4 cars on the podium tonight, that'll be their 50th podiums as well. And I've also noted down all the stats of the drivers because I find it really difficult to find it all on the Google doc sheet. I'd rather have it here to myself. But nonetheless, we've got all the drivers here on my list, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to go by this, and it'll be easier for me to say who's on a race win and so on and so forth. So Ripper's setting the fastest lap at the minute with 48.8, with Nexus currently in P2. I believe everyone is about to finish their laps. I was going to do a lap around Monza, but that ain't going to happen, as Nexus does go into Parabolica. Let's have a look at a driver. We have Euro there. I think it's possibly Gary131. Yeah, it is. So Gary131 currently coming into the second half of the circuit. He's going into Lesmo 1, which is very difficult to master as well. In the Porsche, he's just struggling a little bit. Not the greatest top speed, the Porsche. Into Lesmo 2. And then down the back straight, underneath the old circuit, under the banking we go. Good evening to all the guys in the chat. We've got Tracy, we've got Ben, Simplay Motorsport, Holty, all in the chat. Let's hear from you guys. Under the old oval we go, and into the Ascari chicane. Very difficult to get this right. Great opportunity to overtake, but also can cause chaos if you get it wrong. As you see there, Gary131 negotiates it relatively well, does a little bit of rallycross towards the end, and now he's having a spin, and into the wall he goes. He's going to keep us going as Overtaker exits Parabolica, another good corner to attack on, even though it's been renamed. I don't actually remember the name of it. Probably PN is going to say
Michele Alboreto. But I'm not going to call it Curvin Michele Alboreto because he wasn't a very good Grand Prix driver. He won a few races, but that's it. He's not a world champion. So
this is the problem we have. We have me and PN currently in our cars, and now we have to return to the garage. And obviously at this point, now we can select different drivers. But you also notice we're not on the timetable. It's gone completely weird. We don't understand, but hey-ho, it is what it is.
Reading, Euro was only able to do race 1 tonight, I believe.
Yeah, we do have the information. Like I said, Euro is only able to do 1 race in the Ferrari, so that takes a Ferrari out of this one. PN, let's quickly discuss, obviously, while we got this few seconds left, let's discuss the drivers that came into from Pro-Am and Am and into the Pro category. Jay, Tech Leader, Tibbs, Wolfinator. Actually, no, Wolfinator's been in 1 season already. Louis Allen, sorry, and I believe that's most of them. They struggled, didn't they? Most of them in Pro, other than Tibbs. Tibbs seemed to be the one who really seemed to show what he could do in the Pro category.
Yeah, Tibbs has been really impressive this season so far, but we've only had 2 races.
He's also been very good in the GT4s, I must add as well. It was a tricky round at Kyalami because I don't think the Camaro suited the circuit, but we go to Monza in the GT4s, and he really gave me a run for my money, and a few of the other guys as well. This is going to be interesting. I don't know how this is going to pan out because we've got me and PN on the grid, even though I can't see PN. And
I can't see you either.
Can't see me either. So this is going to be very.
But then again, though, long as we don't hit drive, we go back to the pits anyway. So
I might hit drive and just leave my Audi there. We got a mobile chicane just to get this, get the speeds lower.
But then again, though, these guys might not be solid for them.
We're all just going with whatever we think is happening, so we'll try our best here. But we look at Monza, PN, and we look at these cars. Which do you think is most favoured around here? Obviously, the Audi won twice last night in Pro-Am, and in Am, I am trying to remember who won in AM. I believe it was Baraba, wasn't it?
No, Baraba was second. Again.
Baraba was second.
It was the McLaren that won.
It was a McLaren. Okay, so...
Of Danlick.
Danlick. So, we got McLaren and Bentley and Audi obviously going to look the strongest. Which out of all of them, though, do you think is going to be the one to beat? We are obviously going to be looking at Ripper in his mighty Audi, but who do you think out of all those cars is really going to be the threat here tonight?
I would love for to be the Jag. I really would. Yeah, it's just put my car in pit lane. That's fine.
That's mine as well. So I can see you now. Hello.
Hello.
Big Boy Brazier has not made the start either, so he's starting from pit lane, and he's going to be a lap down. Right, let's see how the pros get on. They've got to get to at least Lesmo 2 to get in the correct order. I will give them a second, so they figure out who's where and what. It should have been Jamie on pole, but he's not on pole position. It is going to be Smokey Devil now, who should be on pole. And there he is in his glorious BMW. He is on pole position. Shane will start in second. And this is the frustrating thing when drivers don't ready up. Now all the drivers are lost and confused of where they're meant to be. Jay should be behind Shane, which he is. So good start so far. We should then have Fury behind Jay, which we do. Good start for these boys. Emprava should then be behind Fury, as he is. Then we should have Tech Leader. The fun is me trying to find Tech Leader on here. There he is behind Emprava. We should then have Louis Allen, which we do, and then followed by Louis Allen we should have the Jag of Nexus. There he is. Followed by the Jag we should have the Ferrari of Euro, who will be only able to do the sprint, and there he is. So far so good. These guys have managed to figure this out all on their own. Peaceful Explosion then starting behind Euro, with Gary 131 behind his good friend Peaceful Explosion. From Gary, we should then see the Wolfinator in his Audi, and there he is. These boys have nailed this, I think, PN. They're going to get way before there. I think they're already in order. Tibbs is then behind Wolfinator, as we then go to Matahimovic, and he is behind Tibbs himself. Then we have Overtaker in the other Bentley, and then followed by Ripper behind Overtaker. Now, Smokey needs to start backing his pack up just to get it all concertinaed up. Then at the back of the pack we should have Breeze, and normally we would have T, but T has not made the start, and Big Boy Brazier will start from pit lane. So he's flashing the lights, he can't get out, he's stuck there. So Smokey now needs to start backing the pack up. So quick question though to you, PN, race 1 winner, who's it going to be?
Who's going to survive turn 1? That is the question.
I'm trying to decide now which driver to go on board with before that.
I'm going on board with Breeze, starting at the back, so I can see all the chaos in front of me.
I think we're going to go with Peaceful Explosion. He seems to be in all the chaos, I think. But yeah, Smokey really needs to start backing this pack up, because they're all too spread out at the minute. And the guys at the back haven't really got a chance now, so Smokey really needs to start backing them up. And I think Fury in the chat now is telling Smokey, look, come on lad, none of us can keep up. So yeah. PN, you never gave me an answer though.
Oh, who do I curse? Come on, Nexus. Beat the Jag and win.
He wants the Jag to win. I'm going to go Matahimovic. I think Matt in the Bentley is looking quite strong around here. But we will go on board with Peaceful Explosion as the pack is still strung out. Smokey has really not done a very good job of backing the pack up at all. He wants to get on with it. And has just compromised the rest of the grid. Right, so Peaceful. We'll stay on board with him. He's currently starting in P10. We are now green here at Monza. And Smokey Devil leads the way as we go on board with Peaceful Explosion. He heads down towards turn 1. And this is definitely a weird way of commentating. We'll swap backwards and forwards. Overtaker nowhere near them due to the fact that the concertina that Smokey terribly did. And there we see Tibbs launching it into the chicane. And then comes Gary, bumps him out the way. There's contact to the left of him as we see a car off. That is the Jag of Nexus. He's gone off. That's allowed Ripper, Breeze and the entire pack to work their way through.
Euro's facing the wrong way.
Euro's facing the wrong way. That's his race ruined straight away. So there he goes. And Prava is just ahead of Matt Ahimovic. Matt is now going into the chicane. Will stay on board with Matt. As you see, a little bit of chaos. There goes a Honda. That is Peaceful Explosion. He's missed the brakes. Tibbs and Gary, meanwhile, the ones that are working their way up. Tibbs is already up to P7 as Smokey Devil leads the way, but he's got Fury. No, he hasn't got Fury behind him. Smokey who leads the way. Fury is in third as Jay's now got past him. As Jay now looking to try and attack Smokey Devil as best he can. Meanwhile, Fury's got Shane behind him. We got Emprava getting past Tech Leader, and Tibbs follows him through. The Hondas flying their way through the order as Matimovic is also working his way up with Gary 131. What has happened to Peaceful? He's dropped to 11th. He's at the back of this group. No, he's dropped off completely. He's behind Overtaker as they all try and negotiate Ascari. And PN relative. Oh, as Peaceful's had a wiggle, he's gone through the gravel and he's collected it. And Ripper goes through, as does Breeze and does Nexus. So you see there, Ripper is taking his time as Matt is going to go around the outside of Tech Leader. And so far, I've never spoken so much in this race because you see so much. Gary's at a twitch in Parabolica, but Matt can't find a way through on Tech Leader. He'll have to wait a little bit longer.
It's almost like we're right in the race action instead of just watching on the cameras.
And we got Jay in the slipstream of Fury right now, who's done the best job so far as Overtaker and Ripper have both opted to pit early. Now I did this in Pro-Am, and there's a great as Emprava sends it down into the chicane and gets the job done on Jay, and he's tagging the other Honda with him of Tibbs, and Tibbs now is on the inside of Jay. They're going to go side by side through the Curva Grande, and right now Tibbs seems to have the straight line speed. The Honda, it's not got a lawnmower engine at the minute. It's got some form of motorbike, superbike engine in it because it's gone flying past the Ferrari.
It's like the McLaren MP4/4 engine from Formula 1 and 88.
Well, Gary,
oh wait, this Monza was the only race that car didn't win that year.
We got Gary now hassling in the back, and again, reminder to people who have just joined in, we apologise now, the cameras are being really strange tonight, and we've only got the chase cam, so this is the best view that we can give you. Jay now trying to hustle at the back of Tibbs. Meanwhile, Matimovic has had a moment, he's dropped down the order, he's behind Peaceful Explosion and Nexus and Breeze, so Breeze is slowly working his way up the order himself as Tech Leader has dropped behind Louis Allen, and Louis Allen is working with his teammate Tibbs up the order. Meanwhile, Smokey out in front, comfortable lead at the minute with Fury in second. Third is Emprava, fourth is Tibbs, fifth is Jay, but he's got... oh, Gary's had a big moment through Ascari. He's in the wall. He's going to have to be careful when rejoining. And there he comes back on track. There goes Peaceful, there goes Matt, and they really did not give him any berth whatsoever. But there comes also Green Wolfinator. But the question is now, PN... 3 cars have already pitted, Overtaker and Ripper and Euro. Are they opting to use the clean air to get themselves up the grid as much as they possibly can?
Yeah, that's what I did in GT4s as well, pitted early because I need that clean air in that KTM.
Well, Gary and Breeze have both come into the pit, so that's them getting their pit stops done. Big Boy Brazier has joined the race, but he is a lap down, so that's a shame for him. But Matt, whatever happened to Matt, he dropped himself down the order. He's got himself past Peaceful Explosion. And right just in front of him is Louis Allen, who's now hustling the back of Tech Leader. And I believe Tech Leader got in front of Louis Allen earlier on.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep the track of everything. As Nexus is on the back of... who's that?
That's Tech Leader. Louis Allen, and Tech Leader tried to outbrake Louis Allen. He did, he made the apex, but he then ran wide on the exit of the second chicane, and Louis Allen just slips back up the inside again. So Breeze and Gary are in the pits. Breeze is quite a clever idea here. He was in the high end of the pack, and now he's going to get some clean air and pull himself away. And Prava, meanwhile, is now starting to catch Fury for second place.
Yep, as Breeze is already away and now exiting pit lane now. Gary a few seconds behind him. Overtaker has jumped both of them. So as has the Ripper. Euro has not.
They're already into the Curva Grande and they've had clean air. Breeze was in the mid-pack, so at the minute if the way things pan out, these two could be at the front end of the grid by the time this is all done and dusted. Nexus, meanwhile, is trying to send from Matahimovic, who is in the Jaguar. The Jaguar peels off to the pits, and Matt in the Bentley is looking to try and get onto the back of the Ferrari of Tech Leader at the minute, as Emprava brings the gap right down to Fury. He's on the back bumper of him, but touches a little bit too much curb, as Jay is right on the back of Tibbs. And we go back to Tech Leader, who's also right on the back of another Honda. So one Honda attacking, the other two, meanwhile, are under massive pressure. I say that, Tech Leader is going to be looking behind him and seeing a massive Gabe Boatley right up behind him.
Can't beat the Boatley.
Matt opting to go to the outside. Is he going to do a Sebastian Vettel, go on the grass? No, Tech Leader gives him the space and respect as they break into the chicane. Matt's still there, and Tech Leader just gets in front, but he's going to have a terrible exit, as does Matt. He doesn't have the best, has to hit the brakes, but he still gets a better one than Tech Leader and gets him into Lesmo 1. Meanwhile, Emprava is really hustling the back of Fury, and Fury now is starting to bring Smoky Devil in. Nexus has been dropped, as Overtaker is now clearing past him, as is Ripper. So these two were on the Nexus range, and they're going to come out in front of them. Peaceful and Nexus come back out of the pits. Breeze, meanwhile, is going to be up to speed, but just sit on the back of Peaceful Explosion. We go back to the leaders, and so far it's still Smokey from Fury, from Emplava, and Tech Leader. Oh, as we see Louis Allen's at a moment, and that's allowed Matt and Tech Leader through.
Yeah, he's probably touched the curb, one of the curbs on the inside of the Scari. And now Wolfie's gone past him in towards Parabolica.
He has indeed. The top three continue on, as does Tibbs, as will do Jay, as we are only now about to come up to the halfway point of this race. Louis is in. All of the top 8 so far, bar Louis Allen, is coming into the pits. Staying out, sorry, while Louis Allen comes into the pits. I can't get my words out here at the minute. Peaceful, meanwhile, is still on the back of Nexus. Breeze didn't quite get onto the back of those two, as Shane is on the rear of Euro. So Euro's race hasn't quite gone wrong just yet. He's made a few places. He's gone ahead of Gary 131, who had major damage to the rear of his car. But we're looking at Overtaker and possibly Ripper to jump all of them coming into the end of the pit stops.
Meanwhile, I'm watching Fury. He's closing the gap on Smokey in front of him.
Yeah, and he's towing Emprava with him as well. So Emprava's just sitting at 9/10 at the minute. And Fury gets closer, and if as Emprava runs wide, he's onto the gravel. Too much speed into the corner, and now he's going to compromise his run down towards the Scari. But yeah, meanwhile, Wolfinator is ahead of Tech Leader, I believe. Yes, he is. So Tech Leader going backwards rather than forwards.
Yeah, Fury's now within a second. He's dropped Palava.
He has.
Who blinks
indeed.
first? Who will pit first? As people are probably confused, why is there another Audi and a KTM in the pits?
Probably. But right now we have Fury exiting Parabolica. Is he going to opt to pit, or is he going to keep chasing him as Smoky Devil opts to pit? And Emprava stays out, so Fury's now got clean air. Tibbs stays out. Jay looks like he's going to stay out as well, as Matt's now opting to pit. He's on the brakes really early there. Is he going to get it stopped for the limiter? He does. He was on and off the brakes quite a lot there. Wolfinator's got a little bit of damage to the rear end. And as all these guys pit, Overtaker is now currently heading towards Ascari. He is ahead of Ripper at the minute and maintaining that gap as well. This is going to be interesting now, PN, because obviously Fury's leading the race, but Smokey was the lead car. Where is he going to feed out compared to the other two?
Probably quite close, because Fury was gaining on Smokey before Smokey peeled off to pit lane.
What I reckon the other night, if you were entering Parabolica, it was going to be close as it went green. Smokey has gone green, and Overtaker and Ripper are in Parabolica. So this is going to be close, I think, as Overtaker now comes down the main straight.
We've got a yellow flag, someone is off. Car 29 is in Palava.
Emperava's had an off, and there goes the leaders.
Overtaker, Ripper.
And Overtaker and Ripper. This is the problem they're going to have in the sprint. These boys have turned their brains on and thought, why on earth are we going to try and get through the pack? If we have to pit now and get clean air. And it's worked for them. They now lead this race, or net leaders as such. Fury, Tibbs and Jay, I think, are all leaving it too late. Emperava's had a moment, so he's not going to gain any positions.
We've lost the driver. Who have we lost?
Who have we lost? I'm trying to look down the order. I think it's... I'm not sure who it is. It's Smoky Devil, I think. Yes. We've lost Smoky Devil.
We've lost Smoky. Ooh, well better.
Tibbs is now in the pits, as is Emperava as well. So Overtaker and Ripper really now fighting for this lead, as it's then from Fury and Jay at the minute, still yet to pit, as the same for Tech Leader. So some of these guys have been roughed up a little bit in the start of this race, they're probably carrying a lot of damage. But right now, we will see if Ripper can start reeling in that Bentley. Meanwhile, Nexus is within 8/10 of Wolfinator. Make that 4/10 as they go through Ascari, and you can see, oh, the Jag's a little bit bouncy.
A little bit bouncy. It probably pummels the curbs like the Bentley does. Beats them to submission.
So we are on board with him
well,
right now.
hopefully Smokey can get back in. Because he was doing okay, so...
Hang on 2 seconds. Oh god, I'm having stream issues now. Great.
Tech Leader currently in third.
Hang on. Oh god.
It's all kind of wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wolfinator looked like he's just missed the first chicane. And, yeah, Smokey's back in. Smokey has returned to the lobby.
Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little glitch there in the stream. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but we are back. We are live. Fury is in the pits now, as is Jay. Like I said, not exactly sure what happened there, but either way, Overtaker is still leading the way. Smokey said he's got disconnected, so it's such a shame there for Smoky Devil. But it is Overtaker currently the leading pitted car. Tibbs meanwhile is P3, net P3, ahead of Matt Imovic. So this is going to be interesting when all the pit stops are said and done. Smoky Devil won't have to pit. And right now Fury has been dropped and Overtaker is now entering Parabolica. So
this will be close.
This is these two are teammates, remember? Teletubby Motorsport, as Fury hasn't gone off the limiter yet. So Overtaker, I think, should easily have this in the bag. But Ripper is right behind. So Fury is off the limiter. He's coming down the straight, and he's not going to get Ripper, I don't think. Not quite, as he sees the top two go through. So
but he's close. So
he is close. And also, Overtaker and Fury are teammates. So would Overtaker try and back Ripper into Fury? That's the question. So after all the pit stops are said and done, it is Overtaker leading from Ripper. Tibbs is still behind Fury in P4. So Tibbs, once again, a solid race again.
It's very handy, isn't he, Agent Tibbles?
He is very good in Honda. So right now, what can he do about the top three? As they're going to be squabbling it out. We got Overtaker, Ripper and Fury all going for it. And like I said, Overtaker, all he needs to do is probably back Ripper up. Ripper runs a little bit wide. Fury's not really close enough to these two at the minute.
Fury's probably trying to get some temps back into his tyres.
Yeah, he is probably trying to get all those tyre temperature back up, pressures back up. Ripper really flirting with the grass. Oh, he's run a little bit wide. He's clearly in the dirty air of the Bentley. His overtaker has lost the rear end. He's got it together. Ripper just goes, thank you very much. I will go around the outside and take the lead of this race.
If Fury's quicker, we'll overtake and release Fury. Oh, we've got another car around. That is the 131. That is Gary.
Gary 131.
In between the Lesbos.
Oh, he's gone again. He's gone again. I just came off him there and he lost the rear. Wolfinator, meanwhile, is going around the outside of Nexus into Parabolica. That's a brave move if he'll get that job done, but he's not quite able to. We go back to the top three, and Overtaker, I think, has lost his opportunity to...
we've lost
Fury's missed the brakes and gone straight on.
Yeah, we've lost Smokey again. Obviously, he's still having internet issues.
He is indeed, and that's probably put off a few of the drivers. Let's see what else is going on the grid. Wolfinator is still trying to find a way past Nexus. He gets right close to the back of him, heading into the first chicane. But and he hits him! Wolfinator hits the back of Nexus. He comes off worse. Breeze goes flying through and into P8, and he's looking to P7 now around the outside of Nexus. Jay's had a solid race in P6, kept his nose out of trouble.
Kept Ferrari clean. Highest Ferrari as well in this race. With Tech Leader down to 11th and Euro down in 15th.
Nexus there had to straight line the second chicane and he loses out. There is a four-way fight right now for the 7th place position, and Breeze is out on top. Emplava taking way too much curve, as Smokey says again. Smokey, try and do a internet test before you come back into the server. Sometimes that helped me in Project Cars, but I'm not sure if it'll give you any assistance.
He's got time to reset his connection and everything, though, because we know that's a retirement, but we know the reason as the internet being the internet.
Yeah. So Ripper leads the way. Relatively easy way, as Overtaker made a mistake on the exit of Ascari. Overtaker's trying his best to stick with him. He's within just under a second of him, so Ripper's not pulling away as easy as he probably would have thought, as Nexus has still got pressure from Wolfinator and Emplava. Gary is back into the pits again, and out he comes. So I don't know if he had possibly damage or something along those lines, but he's had to come back into the pits. Matt has slowly been bringing the gap down to Tibbs. He's now 1.2 behind him when he crossed the start-finish line.
Wolfie's just dropped a second behind Nexus, so that's what I was then watching, battle-wise.
So what I'm starting to learn here, PN, is that Ripper seems to be very good in the middle sector, whereas loads of corners where the downforce is required. Overtaker, on the mean hand, is very quick in sector 1 and sector 3. So I think the grunt of the Bentley is helping Overtaker get close to him, but the downforce of the Audi is helping Ripper in the middle sector.
Yeah, and they've dropped Fury already.
Yeah, Fury quite not able to stick onto the top two, but nonetheless, it is a good result for Fury. After last week at Kailami, he was just struggling for. He got, I believe, he got disconnected in one of the races, and then he got caught up in an incident later on. Matt, though, has brought the gap to Tibbs. Tibbs is going to choose to go to the inside of Parabolica. Matt has no choice but to go around the outside of the corner. And he brakes later than Tibbs, and he tries to squeeze him to the inside, and Matt just struggling maybe a little bit for traction. Tibbs is going to have the inside line going into the second chicane, and we see there, Ripper actually in the third sector had pulled away from Overtaker. So it's Matt versus Tibbs for the final 4th place position, and Tibbs has got a better straight line speed. Has he got the balls to brake later than Matt? Matt's going to try and go around the outside, and he just about gets it done and kind of squeezes Tibbs. Oh, just return me to the garage. Lovely. Thanks, ACC, you terrible broadcasting system. Squeezes Tibbs right up to the edge of the road there, and Matt gets up to P4.
He does. That was, well, brave into the first chicane.
Gary's in all sorts of trouble here. He has to allow these four to go through. Breeze, Nexus and Wolfinator all still having a little scrap as they're all trying to fight for some decent points here.
Yep, Smokey's got back into the lobby.
Oh, and Plavert misses his brakes and nearly goes into the back of Wolfinator, but manages to avoid it. And that was a squeaky bum time there for him, as we are looking at the guys coming into Ascari right now, coming to finish their race, as Exit Tips hasn't really lost, Matt. He's still there. But Ripper, once again, give him a reverse grid, and he can still be able to get to the front. But Overtaker's hauling him in, ever so slightly, but I think he's just going to run out of time.
Run out of corners as well.
Oh, Overtaker has actually got a wiggle on. He's got a wiggle. Overtaker is right there. Ripper is under pressure, but Ripper, I think, is just going to hang in there. Ripper wins the reverse grid. Fury's going to come home for third. Matt's going to hang in there for fourth, with Tibbs finishing in fifth. Jay, he's going to be happy with a sixth place in the pro category. He will finish in that sixth place position. But what a close end there, PN, between Overtaker and Ripper. Here comes Breeze for seventh.
0.1 of a second. That's pretty close.
Nexus 8th, Wolfinator 9th, Emprava 10th. Tech Leader's going to come home for 11th. Peaceful Explosion for 12th. 13th will be Louis Allen. Shane has had a moment. He's gone off. He's with Euro as well. Gary's going to home for 16th. 17th will be Big Boy Brazier. 18th is Smoky Devil. But Shane and Euro having a moment in the final chicane. And Euro is looking a bit slow here. Is he going to let Shane back through? As they're into the Parabolica. Excuse me.
Don't know what happened there. Didn't see it because we were chase cam.
I didn't see it either. But it is going to be Euro who stays ahead of Shane. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is Ripper who is your race winner on that one. A reverse grid, and he manages to work his way to the front of the pack. We will be right back in a few moments' time for race 2. And we will bring you all the action for that one. And a lovely car view from the back of the cars. But we'll be back shortly for race 2 and for qualifying as well. So we'll see you in a moment.
This is silly being able to see our cars.
Oh, this is fucking dumb. This is dumb. I don't want to be streaming this. It looks awful.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to change the quality of the stream because that looks awful as well.
Yeah, we know Euro's now going to go off because he's probably got work or something, hasn't he?
Yeah, something like that. Does the stream look bad?
The quality looks okay on my laptop, so...
My computer's showing it pretty shit.
We might not have Brees either because Brees is only reserved, isn't he?
God, this looks shit. I need a fucking PlayStation 5.
Or even a PS4 Pro, because PS4 Pro can still do 1080p stream.
But why spend the money on a PS4 when I can just get a PS5?
Well, yeah, and plus there's no new PS4 Pros anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello, Matt.
Yeah, did anybody, we noted that start line stuff, yeah? Or
yeah.
Put it in.
I think we're going to have to put that in because...
Fucking me, Overtaker and everybody just left the fucking Parabolica by the time lights went green.
Yeah.
We were bouncing off the fucking limiter, we was at the back trying to catch up. That was a bit of a joke, that was.
This whole thing's a joke.
What's it like with the cameras?
Shit.
Shit.
You can imagine. Should have fucking won that race, man. Oh.
You know your problem?
What?
You didn't pit straight
I
away.
didn't pit straight away, yeah, I know. Got wiped out as well.
That's why Ripper and Overtaker fucked off.
Yeah, I know. I'd have been out before them if I didn't get hit. Fucking fully spun around, man. What a crock of shit.
By who?
77. At turn 1 on his outside,
Tech
giving
leader.
plenty of room, and he just taps me fucking round. Not massive damage, didn't need to repair the damage. I was mid 58, so fucking, I think we're best for a 58.5. Oh, it's so fucking irritating.
That's racing, mate. That's reverse grids.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even tell you before the start of the race. You need to pit straight away. That's what I did.
know you did.
That's what these did. I know it's boring, but if you want to win, that's the only way to do it.
Oh, it's annoying. And then we'll go party in a minute. Joe will be as fucking cocky as shit tonight, and I'll just turn around and I'll just go mute him if he carries on. In my fucking head. Gary come in party. First thing he said, "Fuck me, I'm knackered. I've done a 14-hour shift." And I went, "Fucking hell, I've got another one here moaning. Look." Gary's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, Joe's crying because he did fucking 12 hours."
He doesn't have to race, you know.
No, I know he doesn't. Welcome to the fucking real world, though, is all I have to say to that. And when I said that to him, he goes, "Well, why don't you get a real job?" Like, because I've never worked 12-hour shifts, mate.
I have.
Fucking honestly. Well, that was my shift regular, that 12-hour days and 12-hour nights.
Yeah, he's just... He won't understand, you know. He'll never understand. So...
He's always more hard done to than the next con.
No one fucking cares.
No, exactly.
You know.
Thank you.
So...
Yeah, thank you.
Mike's put it in about race start anyway,
Yeah,
so...
Good. You got your keys, yeah? Nice. Thank you.
Even though we had internets and ended up at the back anyway.
Well, I put him down as points because he's at least attempted to get back in and finish the race.
Well, yeah.
So I did put him down as last place points. Right, see you later. Right, boys, going back into the party. Catch you in a bit.
Catch you in a
See
bit.
ya. I'm half tempted to when we go back in the party just to be like, oh, so Fury takes a reverse grid to get on the podium, does it? No, I'm not gonna say that. That's just all shit that I don't need or want. So. Oh God.
Oh, I hope these are fixed in over a week's time. Oh, fucking hell. For GT, well, we won't have to worry about what's broadcast on it, will we? In GT4s.
Nope. How pissed off was Daz?
To be honest, I knew I had the inkling he just slammed the door on you. Because that's how he always drives. And, how much of a first chicane did he cut on that one, race 2?
Oh yeah, I know. I said about it to Matt and I was like, just look at that. He does not make any effort to make.
Yeah, he didn't make any effort.
He didn't make any effort, and he also, you know, he didn't give the time back. If he'd backed off a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to go into it, you know. I don't care, you know. Just don't moan at me when I give racing room.
You have to use the 2015 Audi instead for 2019.
After that, fuck it. I'm using the actual Audi. Fuck it. I
But
just won't qualify.
Yeah, I'm not going to put a ticket in for Smokey retiring because he's tried to get back, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's attempting to try and get back into the session, so...
Yeah. And he was in the chat saying his internet just went. And it's like that ticket with Sekulovic and Leon leaving. Leon said his Wi-Fi died. Okay, we'll give you that. But Sekulovic said he rage quit.
At least he was honest about it.
Yeah. But he's trying to enjoy the penalty points, isn't he?
My dick for saying I like Ripper.
Do you?
Oh mate, he's something else, isn't he? He's clean, he's fair, he's fast. You know?
He's patient. That's the important thing. He knows he's not the speed to win. And he won't force it.
Yeah.
People like Overtaker, they get frustrated and force it.
Yeah. Right. We're about to go live again. In a minute. I can't be arsed. I'm going to wait for these lot to finish their laps, because... Yeah.
Let's have a swig of drink.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gary decides, you know what, I'm going to pull out GT3s and just do GT4s.
I think he prefers the Ginetta, not gonna lie.
It's because the Porsche is shit. It's too loose. Right, we're going to go live shortly.
Yep.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. We are now underway for the qualifying session for race 2, and I just refresh the page and check on the tables. At the minute, it is Ripper who's leading away with 107 points over Overtaker, who's in second place position. Matahimovic sitting in P3, jumping ahead of Tibbs in P4. Wolfinator is now in P5, with Gary131 in P6. Then it's relatively close between 7th down to 11th. 11 points separating them. It's Peaceful Explosion in 7th place, with Nexus in 8th. 9th is Fury, and 10th is Euro. 11th is Louis Allen, with Jay in 12th place position. Ben Bath in 13th, with Tech Leader in 14th place position. Emperava sitting in 15th, with Breeze in 16th place position. Shane is in 17th, with Smoky Devil in 18th place position. Big Boy Brazier is 19th, and T, still yet to score a point, is in 20th position. Regarding the championship, it is Teletubby Motorsport leading away 8 points ahead of Jaeger Motorsport, with Killer Performance Motorsport sitting in P3. Titan Oro Racing is in P4, with Simplay Racing sitting in P5. Flying Potatoes in P6, with JWB Esports in P7, with Hot Wheels Racing at the back of the pack. Bentley lead the way 5 points ahead of Audi, with McLaren sitting in that P3 position, 133 away from the top two, with Ferrari sitting in P4. Audi is P5, with Porsche in P6. 7th is Lexus, 8th is Aston Martin, 9th is BMW, 10th is Jaguar, 11th is Mercedes, 12th is Nissan, and Lamborghini in 13th place position, with Retia bringing up the rear. Ironic how Lamborghini and Retia are next to each other, even though they're the same thing. But that is your tables at the minute, and so far so good if you are Ripper. Isn't that right, PN? Because he's got quite a comfortable gap at the minute to the rest of the pack. Currently, he has a gap of 14 points over the man who runs the number 14 Overtaker.
Yeah, it's too early to say that Ripper's still won the title yet. It could go horribly wrong if it gets wet, dark, which Nürburgring, it will be dark.
Yeah, it will be a night race. Let's try and go on board with a driver starting a lap. We will go on board with a Big Boy Brazier as we will take a lap around Monza. These guys will obviously be doing their fastest laps right now. Some drivers like to take their car and get them into a nice window, but we will take a lap around the Monza circuit just outside Milan and the home of the Italian Grand Prix, the Temple of Speed, as Big Boy Brazier make sure he gets a good exit out of Parabolica. He then heads down the long main straight, making sure that he spots his braking point, usually at 150 meter board. He hits the brakes, dropping down all the way to first gear, making sure he clips the apex into turn 1, switches then into the apex of turn 2, making sure he gets a good exit as he then heads into the Curva Grande of turn 3. Relatively easy corner for the GT3s, flat out, and for Formula 1 cars is all flat out with the downforce helping them out. This is where Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel tested the grass limits on the outside of Curva Grande. Into the second chicane, just braking past 150 meter board and into the second chicane, a bit more open, able to take a little bit more speed, and you stay in second gear. Then you head towards the first Lesmo. You go past 100 meter board, there's an orange marker on the right hand side, you just brake ahead of that and try and get it swooped into Lesmo 1. Then you head towards the Lesmo 2, braking at the 50 board, get it turned in and get a smooth exit on the exit of the Lesmo, and then you head towards the back straight. Again, relatively simple and easy, long straight here as you then head underneath the old circuit, under the banked corner, as you then head up towards Ascari. There's a service road just on the right there. You just brake just as you hit that, and into the left-hander you go, choosing to stay in second gear and then change up as you exit Ascari into gear 3, making sure you stay relatively stable and comfortable as you then head down the last straight of the circuit, going underneath the bridge and making sure you spot your braking zone, heading into Parabolica just up to the 100 meter board as Jamie goes a little bit deeper. That pushes him wide into Parabolica, runs him out wide, understeer out of the corner, and then heads towards the start finish line. Ripper setting the pace of it at 48.6. He comes to the line, Big Boy Brazier, and he goes P9, and he's 2.2 off of the pace. But Ripper, meanwhile, PN, he's now gone a 10th faster than the fastest lap we have seen so far in the Pro-Ams, as Gary 131 now comes to the line in his Porsche 911.
Yeah, Ripper's rapid, really, isn't he?
Yeah,
I've got my eye on a Jag for it.
You love that Jag, don't you?
Yeah. And the V12 Aston.
It is currently in a Lesmo 2, but the next car that's on a valid lap is Overtaker in the Bentley. He's only 4/10 off the back of Ripper. Can he find those magical 4/10 anywhere? As he's also got Matt behind him, so they're possibly towing one another. Ripper, meanwhile, is on an invalid lap time, so he will cross the line and not improve. But Overtaker, can he find the magical 4 or half a second that he needs? He does. It does a 48.3. What can Matt do? He gets within 2/10 of Overtaker as well. So this is why these boys are the top of the championship. Can anybody get near that? We got Peaceful Explosion, next one on a valid lap time. Then there's a whole train of cars behind them. I believe Fury is also on a fast lap there. So we'll go to Fury. So Peaceful Explosion, any improvement on 6th? No, he will stay 6th. Just ahead of him is a Honda. No improvement from the Honda. As we see Fury cross the line, he goes 6th fastest. We've got the 88 of Shane, and he goes to P7. So improvement for Shane as well. So far so good if you are in a Bentley.
Especially one of the Bentleys is getting a lovely tow from a Ferrari.
It is.
Down the straights is, but not through the Lesbos.
It's a little
Overtaker's
bit too close.
really wide.
It's a little bit too close to the back of that Ferrari, and has caused him to have a snap of oversteer, and off the track he goes. I'm trying to figure out who is that into the final chicane. I believe it's a 5 on the end of the straight. Nope, I'll be wrong. Who is that in the final sector? It is. That is Louis Allen. Didn't see Louis Allen there. 95, he goes P10. Ripper so far has got to find 2/10 to get ahead of Overtaker. So they're in pretty much lovely conditions here. Optimal temperatures, optimal track temperature. Ripper towards the line he comes. Any improvement on 2/10? He goes pole, and he goes 600 faster than Overtaker. So Overtaker now needs to find that time. Matt, no improvement, so he returns to the pits. We've got Tibbs off in the chicane. Lesmo, sorry. So any improvements? We've got Tech Leader who, Jay, who's pumped the lap time in. So Jay improves. With Peaceful Explosion now exiting the final corner.
48.3, that's pretty rapid.
That is very fast, and to be fair, the fact that Matt and Overtaker are just within tenths is impressive as well. Peaceful goes P6 on that one. Fury's on a lap as well. He now goes P4. He's 9/10 away of then number 27, I believe, or 57. That's Nexus, and he goes 12th.
Building it up with the Jack, building it up.
Yeah, just warming her up for here, just getting it ready for his fast lap. Then we've got Smoky Devil in the 43 BMW heading towards the line. What is his lap time going to be? He's a bit off the pace at the minute. We then go to Ripper, who is currently on a lap time, but he's got Overtaker not too far behind him.
But Overtaker's just come out the pits again, so he won't be. He'll get a lovely tow though if he stays there. He'll get a little bit closer, just a bit.
As Ripper's decided to bail.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not towing you along, Overtaker.
It seems like the Bentley doesn't seem too happy in the slipstream anyway, so it tends to just have a little bit of a moment here and there. I believe Jay is getting a lovely tow off the back of Gary 131. Fury has returned back to the pits also.
Cool, that'll be quite a handy tow for JP.
So
keep it in track limits.
Yeah, Jay is
wide.
He is getting a little bit of the dirty air from the back of the Porsche. He heads towards the line. Any improvement? Yes, it puts him up to P8. Wolfinator to the line now. Any improvement from him? He finds a 10th, but only keeps him in the same position. We then see Big Boy Brazier. He goes 10th with that lap time, so he's found a little bit more. Peaceful to the line. Any improvement for him? And again, he finds 10th and goes back ahead of Wolfinator. So these guys are starting to slowly find the time here or there. And Nexus now towards the line. Currently 13th. Any improvement in the Jag? It does, yes. And goes 9th.
It's starting to ebb and flow. A little bit of this mid-pack.
It is indeed, and I think people are just starting to find their limits, especially the top three. I think might not be able to get any more out of this. The Smoky Devil comes to the line, and he finds the improvement, goes 13th. So Overtaker next on a valid lap time. He needs to literally find half a 10th, just over half, 3/4 of a 10th, and he'll be on pole position. But either way, he's trying to find every little bit he possibly can. That Bentley running the curbs lovely there.
It pounds them to oblivion, the Bentley.
Yeah. Not as well as the Camaro. The Camaro glides over them. It's beautiful how it just runs curbs. But into Parabolica, overtaker comes. Very good line through there. He gets it tucked into the apex. Gets a good exit. And towards the start finish line he comes. Any improvement on second place? No, so he'll go again.
He's improved by 200ths of a second. So instead of 0.8, it's 0.6.
He was at 0.6 anyway for me.
Okay.
Tech leader goes to 10th now, as I think Wolfinator, he's in the final sector. I think it's Big Boy Brazier then towards the line. He finds a 10th. Not a lot there he found. There's Peaceful Explosion towards the line. The improvements are Peaceful, not quite. He's just outside that second range, range. And at the minute, his teammate Emperava down in 13th place position. Can he find any more pace? He does. He goes to 10th. So lap times are coming in. Nexus stays in 5th.
5th?
Sorry, 9th. Sorry. I'm
Peaceful
looking at 5th.
saying these cameras are nuts. Yeah, they're awful.
Yeah, they're terrible. Smoky Devil finds a bit more time and goes to 13th place position. We're back to Overtaker again, the next car on a valid lap time, so you can see the rest of the guys are trying to push it as hard as they can. Matt gets within just under 2/10 of the top 2.
Smokey's aborted.
Smokey has aborted and back to the pits he goes. And Overtaker into the Parabolica he comes. Can he take pole position away from Ripper? That is the question. A lot of guys are on valid laps by the looks of things. As here comes Overtaker towards the start finish line. He comes. Oh, it gets to a 3,000th of a second. That has got to be annoying him right now.
It's like, oh, I could do with a little bit of tow from another Bentley.
As Jay comes towards the line now, any improvement on 8th? No, he stays 8th. Ripper, meanwhile, any improvement on the lead? Yes, he finds a 10th. He finds a 10th and extends the gap. That's going to annoy Overtaker even more as Peaceful Explosion now comes to the line. And it's improvement. He gets within 7/10, so he gets ahead of Fury. Fury is in one of the Lesmos at the minute. So he's trying to find every little bit of time possible. Who's in the Parabolica? It is Emprava and Nexus. Nexus, no improvement. Overtaker is done. He can't do any more than that. He goes, you know what, Ripper, you can have that one.
Too shy.
He gets within 3,000ths of a second, and then Ripper pumps in an extra 10th just to annoy him. Has now come into the Parabolica with the green Wolfinator. Possibly cycling himself up for the next lap because he's got a little bit wide going on the exit of Parabolica. I believe Tibbs will be the last. I'm not sure where Wolfinator is going there, but he now starts his final lap. Tibbs now is going to be the second to last one to complete a lap. He finds some time and he bails straight away. He can't get any more than that, so it's Fury now looking to improve. He's currently P6 towards the line. He finds time but doesn't go ahead of Tibbs, so he is going to be the last one to set a lap time here as we now head to Gary 131, who's currently slowest of them all at the minute. And in the 77, that is Tech Leader. He is not going to get a lap in as we see Gary sliding into Parabolica.
Gary wishing he had the Janetta GT4 car.
He does indeed as he comes towards the line. He goes
Improved.
faster than Louis Allen. And that's
an improvement.
It is an improvement nonetheless, as Peaceful Explosion is on a lap. He's currently 8/10 off the guys at the top. As I noticed as well, Ripper went faster again.
Yeah.
Ripper went faster again. Wow. The boys got pace as we see the rest of the guys coming into the final few laps here. Emplava towards the line. He finds some time and goes 7th. Nexus now, any improvement? No, he was staying 10th. The Jaguar, though, putting on a good performance. Wolfinator is currently on an invalid lap time, so it is just a Fury now who has the last chance to take away some positions as he goes into Ascari, being a little bit cautious in entry. Currently on a 49.2 from what I figured out, by probably a 49.3 actually. As he now head towards Parabolica, he is the last one to set a valid lap time. 100-meter board braking as he goes into the final corner. Turns a little bit early onto the curb, probably loses him a 10th there. He runs a little bit wide. I think he just keeps it within limits. And towards the line he comes. Fury, 6th at the minute. Can he improve?
4th.
He goes P4. So this is going to be a very interesting race too, with Ripper, Overtaker, Matt, and Fury, your top 4. And PN, I'm going to ask you the same question like I always do. Who do you think is going to be the winner for this next race?
Overtaker.
You're going for Overtaker?
Yep.
I'm going to go... I'm not going to be boring.
What, say Ripper? No.
I was going to say Ripper. I'm going to say Matt.
So I figured out where my car is on the dummy grid. It's inside Louis Allen.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. I don't know where yours is, as I was flying through the grid.
Mine's mine's right at the back of the pack, like nowhere near any car at all. So, yeah. Which is weird. As I'm now getting a poll out for you guys to vote. Obviously, I didn't do it in the first one because I was having other issues, trying to figure out what the hell was going on with everything. But there is your poll. Fury, Matt, Overtaker, and Ripper. Get your votes in. And obviously, if you think somebody else is going to win this one, then please vote on who you think is going to win this one.
We're going to win it, and we're not officially in the race.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna win it by having one of the most interesting races. JR Sim Racing. Good luck, everyone. He says, "Nice to see you in the chat, JR." Yeah, we've got a bit of a weird issue with the cameras. ACC's decided to be terrible.
It's decided not to be good,
yeah,
like,
it's decided not to be as good as, you know, not as good as Project Cars.
Of course, this week we saw the release of the reboot of Forza Motorsport on Xbox and PC, and it has issues. 6 years of development, and they've got a critical game save issue, which you can lose all your progress and you can't start again. Well, you can on a different account because it's online save.
Nice. Fantastic. Guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to win this one, and if you think it's somebody else, then please put it in the chat. We'll have a quick run of the grid order. Everyone's managed to ready up, other than obviously myself and PN. So we got Ripper, who will be on pole position alongside Overtaker. Then we got Matimovic with a Fury behind him. Peaceful Explosion is in 5th, with Tibbs sitting in 6th. 7th will be Embrava with Wolfinator in 8th. 9th will be Jay, and 10th is Nexus. 11th is Tech Leader with Shane in 12th. A few guys ghosting and going through one another. They should not be doing this, but either way. Smoky Devil will be starting in 13th with Big Boy Brazier in 14th. 15th is Gary131 and Louis Allen bringing up the rear. That is your grid order. And are they going to be just as well behaved as the Pro-Ams, and in that case not as behaved, or
start yesterday, race 2. Oh, that was things. Oh, well, OnePlus, we haven't been booted out of the party yet. So
no, obviously yesterday we obviously had the issues with parties and, you know, being able to stay in talk in the party chats. Obviously most of us got booted out. Tonight ACC's decided not to allow us to use the spectator view very well, so it's not been the best week for Monza.
It started off well.
GT4's, yeah, the GT4s were alright. We had a couple of issues with the reverse grid, but other than that, you know, other than
Sort of
that,
heard me screaming on my end. Come on, John, get in the right position. You're in front of me. That's why I was going so slow.
yeah, it just did not work. But these boys will get the hang of it eventually. But nonetheless, Pro did it very well. Pro-Am did it a bit better, and GT4s were horrendous. So we'll see how the rest
best
of the
one
season
was
goes.
Am because they don't have the reverse grid anymore.
Yeah, they were spot on. So far we've only got 6 votes for driver to win race 2, and so far it's going the way of the Overtaker at the minute. 6 votes have been gone out. 1 for Fury, 1 for Ripper, and I think 4 have gone for Overtaker. So Overtaker favoured for this one. So I've gone the way of Matt on this one, and PN's gone the way of Overtaker. So
You realise you're still voting for a Bentley, Dan?
I know I'm voting for a Bentley, but at the same time, I want to beat you in the predictions. I don't really get what these 4 are trying to do, but you know.
Don't look at the back at Louis Allen's end, because I'm watching from the back so I can see all the carnage into the turn 1.
So, yeah, so PN's got the view of Louis Allen going into the chicane. I'm going to have the view of Fury to see how this all pans out. But guys, we are here for round 2 of the season here at Monza. Race number 4 as they now exits Parabolica. It is Overtaker and Ripper once again on the front row for the 3rd time this season. Who's going to come out on top? Audi versus Bentley. Who has the best top speed around Monza? As we're about to
dropped too far back to Gary.
So we are now race initialized, and we are green, and Overtaker gets the jump straight away on Ripper, but Ripper is just going to fall back into the slipstream. Matt is being absolutely mugged by everyone. I'm not sure why, but Matt there, as Jay hits the Honda.
Whoa.
No one manages to get involved in that. How everyone managed to avoid that, I don't know. Emprava's gone straight on and has now got past Ripper.
That was Tibbs that got spun round there.
So Tibbs' luck has now finally run out. Matt's dropped to the back of the pack. Not sure what exactly has happened there, but all sorts of chaos. And Overtaker now leads the way from Emprava, from Ripper, from Nexus, from Fury. Fury's got damage to the rear of his car. Jay is in 6th. Shane is 7th. No, he's dropped further back because Gary's now got ahead of him. Matt Imovich is in 10th. Peaceful is dropping down the order big time. He's behind Big Boy Brazier, Smoky Devil, and Wolfinator. As they're all trying to find their feet here. Here comes Louis Allen. And poor Tibbs got wiped out right at the start, and Tech Leader is at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, Emprava is under some immense pressure here from Ripper. Ripper looking to the outside of Ascari, and Emprava really doesn't give him a car's width going towards Ascari there as he bounces over Ascari. And Ripper's probably sitting thinking, what the hell was that Honda doing? He goes wide, through goes Ripper.
Mowing the grass.
As now Nexus is right on the rear, though, of the Audi, and he's going to send it down into Parabolica.
Oh, come on with the Jag. The oldest car in the game, GT3 wise.
And Nexus goes down the inside, he gets the job done, and Ripper loses a position there. Here comes Fury down the inside. Overtaker has disappeared into the distance. Now Fury is on the rear wing of Ripper. Ripper now is under some immense pressure. The Jag has managed to get past. Fury is looking all over the shot to try and find a way through.
Fury's got damage on the car.
He has got damage, but he's going to try. No, he thinks better of it. He was thinking about sending it into the chicane. As he now come into the chicane, and there's a car into the pits. That is Tibbs. He's got probably horrendous damage to the back of his car.
Or the front, which we can't see.
As Ripper gets a fantastic exit out of the chicane. Meanwhile, Jay was trying to pass Gary, but he can't quite do so. Now Matt is on the back of Jay. We go back to Ripper, who's going to probably send it on Nexus. He can't quite get there. And Nexus now, as Overtaker, straight line the chicane. All sorts of chaos in the Pro. Jay's gone deep, and that's going to allow Matt to get the undercut. Or Matt hits the curb, runs a little bit
Ripper and Nexus side by side into Lesmo 1. Ripper's passed.
Ripper has got back past the Jag, so Ripper just quietly minding his own business. Meanwhile, Matt did get past Jay as well. So now Shane's on the back of Jay with Big Boy Brazier, Wolfinator, Smoky Devil was not too far away, and Louis Allen has got a tech leader right behind him. Peaceful Explosion right at the back. Meanwhile, Fury is now looking to make a move on Nexus.
Yep.
Oh, Nexus is at a
Fury
slide.
just hit, and Fury hit him.
Yeah, I think Nexus was having a slide anyway. Fury was up the inside, and here comes Embrava in the Honda. Can he go around the outside of the Jaguar going into Parabolica? He's going to give it a go, but he can't do it. Whereas Fury, he's not quite close enough. While this is all happening, Gary 131 is slowly creeping on the back of him, but Matt goes underneath him. And through goes Matt. And Shane and Jay are going with him as well. So this is all panning out quite nicely for Overtaker at the minute. As meanwhile, Tech Leader is on the rear end of Louis Allen. Tibbs is still in the pits. And I'm not sure if he's retired or what, but he's in the pit lane. Or he's got that much damage.
Wolfie's in the pits now.
Wolfinator in the pits. Has he? Yeah, he's got damage to his car. As still, Tibbs has not. He's left the session. Tibbs has gone, so that's going to be a retirement for him. Meanwhile,
yeah.
Embrava is still hustling the back of Nexus, and they've got Fury not too far behind. He's got damage. And while all this is going on, the two Jaeger Motorsport boys are being dragged with them, and Fury goes a little bit deeper to the chicane.
Yeah, as I'm now just noting Tibbs' retirement race.
Big Boy Brazier now hustling the back of Shane in the Bentley. Can he find a way past in the McLaren? That is the question. He's struggling to find a way through at the minute. Meanwhile, Matt is caught onto the back of Fury, who's just dropped off the back of Emprava and Nexus, who've completely lost Ripper. And Overtaker has got a comfortable lead at the minute, 4.3 at this stage.
It is looking rather tidy, that lead for Overtaker.
It is indeed, but can he hold the pressure? Because Ripper will be coming for him. Meanwhile, Matt is right on the rear wing of Fury. And Gary's just dropped off the back of those guys. Jay's not too far away from Gary. And Big Boy Brazier still can't find a way past on Shane as Tech Leader straight lines Ascari and gets back on track.
He must have a track limit warning for that.
So, into Parabolica. Emperor is extremely wide there. And Wolfinator has got going again. Matt is looking to try and make a move on Fury. Fury with probably a bit of damage, probably affecting him in a straight line as Matt is trying to find a way past Fury. Fury stays to the right. Matt's going to try and go around the outside as they head into the braking zone. Fury just gives him a car's width and gives him respect. Matt gives him a little touch. And Fury there giving fairly good respect there from him.
For Fury.
With the pair of them, to be fair, as they're also trying to catch Emprava, who's too busy making his own mistakes, and here they come. Fury's just got to keep the McLaren in front. It's quite difficult actually to pass here at Monza, but Matt trying to get on the power as soon as possible, but losing the rear grip. As Shane now is going to move on Jay. He's going to go down the inside of him and get it done into Lesmo 1. No, Jay tries to outbrake him. And Jay's on the outside. He's going to hold it strong. He's going to stay side by side as they then head into Lesmo 2. And Jay going at it, door banging, and they're still side by side. Great racing. We'll come back to them in a second while they're still side by side, because Matt is on the rear wing of Fury and Emprava. But Shane, and Shane and Jay make a little bit of contact, and Shane gets through.
Tex within a second of Louis Allen for P13 and 14.
They are indeed, and Peaceful Explosion has got ahead of those two. We go back to the Emprava fight as Nexus has actually dropped the guys behind him, and it's now Overtaker and Ripper. Still, the gap still the same. Oh, as Emprava's gone wide, Fury has gone underneath the inside of Emprava, and here comes Matt as well in the tow of the McLaren. This is going to be interesting. I want to go on board with Gary 1-3. Oh, he's not close enough, Gary. So we got Emprava, Martinovic and Fury all going at it as they head towards turn 1 of the chicane.
Oh, Fury!
Matt's going to send it into the chicane, and Matt gets a tap from Fury, but he manages to stay in front, and through goes Emprava as well. So Fury might not be happy with that one, but
Yeah, he
Matt
might be a bit Fury, yes.
Yeah. He did get it stopped to the apex though, Matt. He did get through as Emperava now is attacking Matt on the outside of the second chicane. Fury's missed his brakes, and he does well to avoid the pair of them there. He does a great job there, to be honest, as Emperava will carry on through, but loses touch on Matt now.
But Gary's now right on the back of Emperava.
Yeah, he's jumped Fury, and now he's on the rear of Emperava. Gary's just testing the track limits there. As Ripper...
Smokey's on the back of Jamie and JP.
Emperava's gone wide, so Fury and Gary go through. And Big Boy Brazier's not quite close enough, but Smoky Devil is losing a place to Shane there. Shane lost out to Jay as well, so this is all happening here as Big Boy Brazier's just happening ahead of them. But Ripper has brought the gap down by 3/10 this lap.
3/10 of that sector so far, but let's see what Overtaker's setup changes were.
Fury to the outside of Gary, a 1-3-1. And Gary's, is he going to be brave enough on the brakes? No, he is not. The McLaren very good on the brakes, but Fury gets a little bit of understeer. Gary's going to stay to the inside of Parabolica. He's going to hopefully try and get the slipstream off the back of the McLaren, but the Porsche probably one of the slowest in a straight line on ACC, and is just not able to find a way through on Fury. Meanwhile, Smoky Devil has gone wide at Ascari, sorry, not Ascari, Parabolica, and has lost out to Shane and Jay.
Palava down the inside of Gary into the first chicane.
And then Plava gets it stopped, and upper place he goes. So Gary getting ahead of Emplava and Fury momentarily, but then losing out to the pair of them. But Gary's coming back. He's had a great run out of the chicane and then heads into the Curva Grande as Emplava forces him to go the long way around. Gary doesn't want the inside because that means he'll be on the outside of the second chicane.
What's happened to Peaceful? He started in what, P5 and he's down to 13th.
Oh, Gary's missed his brakes. Gary's missed his brakes and he's straight line the chicane. He's obviously going to have to allow Emplava back through, which he does, as Tech Leader has lost he's passed Louis Allen. And Louis Allen and Tech Leader both missed their brakes, but they both somehow make the chicane.
Throw everything out. Stand up and make yourself look wide just to slow the car down.
Can I just say, right? Nexus is in P3 and holding P3 quite comfortably ahead of Matt in a Jag.
He's actually pulled a bit of time on Matt.
He has indeed. He has indeed. As oh, Gary has a twitch. Oh.
For the new season, you're not allowed in a car made before 2018. For the new season. Like the Jags
Tech Leader's had to go straight on Ascari. He's then moved to the left side because he knows that Louis Allen and Peaceful have negotiated Ascari as cleanly as they can. Down the back straight they go, and through goes the two Hondas. Where's Smoky Devil? He's also going to make his way past them as well, as Wolfenator had to pit. Oh, and Smoky hits the side of Tech Leader, trying to outbrake him. Tech Leader swoops back underneath. They're going to go side by side towards turn one. Peaceful's got ahead of all three of them, and towards the chicane they come. Tech Leader just hasn't got the straight line speed in the Ferrari and had to let them go. Meanwhile, Louis Allen has got closer to Peaceful. Oh, he thinks of it, but he just misses his brakes.
Ooh. Nexus is a little late on his brakes as well then. Into the second chicane. In the Jag.
So it's all kind of spread out a little bit. Big Boy Brazier's extending the gap to Jay. Shane's not quite on the back of Jay at the minute. It's the bottom half of the grid now that seems to be the main fight. Smoky Devil, Tech Leader, Peaceful and Louis Allen, the two Hondas, going at it. And at the minute it is Peaceful who is the lead car. Tibbs isn't very happy, and Tracy's made her point very clear there. And Louis Allen's gone wide as his teammate, who's had a fantastic start of the season, is going to have a horrid race too. The pit window is now open at 32.5 minutes left to go. And Tech Leader right on the back of Smoky Devil. As you look on the map, everyone's relatively close to one another, which is nice to see. Who is going to be the first to pit, as Tech Leader is all over the curb. Matt is into the pit straight away. Fury stays out. Emprava stays out. Gary 131 pits also. So the two Jaegers both coming in straight away. Jay is going to stay out. Shane is coming into the pits. Is he going to get it slowed down? Yes, he does. Peaceful Explosion, what does he opt to do? He stays out, as does Louis Allen, Smoky Devil, and Tech Leader. All the positions have just leveled out ever so slightly, so we're kind of into this lull stage. Hello, Justin in the chat, Just Gaming. Last night racing in the BMW, had a great debut, took a second in race 2. It was nice to see him in the chat. We do have an issue with the stream. We're doing very well, thank you. We haven't got the normal cameras as usual, but we have the chase cameras, and that's all we really need. We just need the action. Louis Allen is brought the gap down ever so slightly to Peaceful.
I claim it. We've got a ticket in for this race already.
Gary's been dropped. Matt hasn't. Matt has finally been dropped. So this is going to be interesting where Matt falls into place after all this.
Did Matt have a little bit of damage from... He might have done actually from that race start with Tibbs being yeeted over the curb.
Possibly so.
All drivers are encouraged to stay in the lobby and finish the race and not retire. It's in the rules.
It is indeed, as they come out of the pits. Matt is behind his teammate Gary 131 and quite a bit as well. He's probably just under, I think, 2.5. He's probably 2 seconds off the back of Gary at the minute. Anything will work with you in comms. Oh, thanks, Justin. And PN, of course, my handy sidekick. And Prava's into the pits.
Someone want to take my place. Be more entertaining than me. Ed Palava's pitting. Oh look, I see a Pro-Am Audi there and a GT4 KTM there. Don't know why.
Smoky Devil's into the pits as well, as Emprava is in pit lane. This should be interesting between Emprava and Matt Ahimovic. So Matt obviously was ahead of Emprava and Gary was in the scrap with Emprava. So he's going to fall himself back behind him if Emprava doesn't fix any damage. I've just seen a message in the Discord from Tibbs and he says, would love to see Ripper's perspective when it was turn 1, lap 1, because all we saw was a Honda flying across the screen and coming to a halt. So that would be interesting to see. Can never forget the reliable co-commentator, says Justin. Yep, it's how we main commentators survive. We can't do anything without our trusty sidekick. Ain't that right, PN?
Yeah, but I had to take over from Bozzy.
Yeah, well, he fell asleep on the stream, so.
And from Animal Muck.
Yeah, I don't understand what you were saying in his sleep, but nonetheless. So the gap between Matt and Gary's come down, and Emprava has come out of the pits ahead of these two. And both of them took a little bit deep into the chicane, but Emprava has come out in front of him. Now, question is, will Fury repair his damage and stay in front of them? That is the question. When does he opt to pit? He's opting to stay out. He's trying to bring the gap down to Nexus, and Nexus is about to lap, I believe that is Wolfinator. It is. I thought it was Ripper for a minute, but looked like an Audi, but it wasn't the right Audi.
It still is an Audi.
Wasn't the #1 Audi, as Louis Allen is now into the pits, as Tech Leader exits the final corner. Peaceful Explosion is just ahead of them. So wasn't Louis Allen racing with Peaceful and Tech Leader? I believe he was.
He was, yeah, and Louis away now.
How did he get... So I think Peaceful and Tech Leader might have had a moment, because somehow Louis Allen has been in the pits and gone. Where's Emprava? Oh, times need to update, I think.
Palava is coming down the back straight now.
Okay.
Louis already came out the pits, and he's in the first chicane.
Yeah. What on earth? Ah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. He's behind. He's going to drop it behind Gary,
Yeah,
so it is catching up.
Yeah, it's just terrible timekeeping from the game. Gary131 has allowed Matt through. They got to now try and catch Emplava. Now, the problem that Fury's going to have, if he stays out too long with that damage, these guys are going to catch him bit by bit, but he is starting to catch Nexus. I think Fury is now going to opt to pit. In he comes. As Nexus is still trying to find a way past the relatively fast green Wolfinator in that Audi. He does have to get out of the way as Smoky Devil gets out of the way of your race leader Overtaker, whose gap isn't as comfortable as it was. 4.3 it was, it's now 3 seconds.
Wolfie's just missed the first chicane.
He's missed the first chicane, but he's allowed Nexus through, so Nexus doesn't have to worry about that Audi in his way no more. Now, Matt is starting to bring the gap down to Emplava. Fury is in the pits. This is going to be close, don't you think, on this one, PN, because they're all relatively close to one another. And I think if Fury doesn't repair the damage, which he hasn't, it's going to be close between Emplava and Matt, I think.
It is, but will that damage now hurt him with Matt repairing and Emplava with a healthier car as well? We'll find out. He's still stationary at the moment.
We're looking at as they come into Parabolica. Fury has gone green, so this is going to be very, very close.
He's now away.
He is away. Matt and Emplava are now exiting Parabolica. Actually, Fury is going to lose out. He did repair the damage.
Yeah, I just noticed his rear bumper's become very clean again.
So Fury is now off the limiter. Is he going to stay ahead of Gary131? I think it's going to be tight to the chicane. Here comes Gary. Fury on the inside. And he cuts straight across in the braking zone. And Gary has to avoid him, go on the curb. That was a little bit cheeky.
Naughty,
that was a little bit cheeky of Fury there. Moving on the braking effectively, and Gary had to take evasive action. If anything, that's lost him time to Matt and Emplava. Matt nearly goes straight on at the second chicane as he's trying to find a way past Emplava. Nexus now into the pits. He's got a little scuff to the left-hand side of his car. Has he had a moment off somewhere? That is the question. Meanwhile, Big Boy Brazier, mind his own business in P4. Peaceful's in, and surely Tech Leader's in. Yes, he is. So your top three still yet to pit, and Wolfinator. Overtaker now is on to the back of Shane.
As I've completely lost what my train of thought again.
Handy, as Matt yeets over the curb at Ascari, then yeets over the other one, and yeets over the third one, and he gains a little bit more time on the back of the Honda of Emplava. Fury, meanwhile, is right on the rear wing of Gary131, so Gary's must have found a way past on Fury, and Fury is now looking to work his way back past Gary as they head towards Parabolica.
Nexus is now away.
So Nexus has been dropped. Oh, as they come together, Fury taps the rear of Gary. They hang in there, and Nexus has gone. Where's Emplava? Nowhere near him.
No, Nexus, that was a good stop, and he's not quite an early. His pit box is quite late in pit lane, just before the limiter line.
Fury's now going to try and attack Gary into the chicane, and he's just missed his brakes. He's hit the side of Gary, and through they go. They miss the chicane. Gary carries on through, and Gary will stay ahead. Overtaker, your race leader, is now into the pits. Ripper continues on ahead as there's cars left off left, right and centre for Ripper as Jay misses the chicane, and it's all starting to happen towards the end of the pit window.
Fatigue kicking in, maybe? I don't know what's happened to Louis, because Louis is actually now behind Wolfinator.
Yeah, I think Louis might have had a moment somewhere and gone a lap down. I'm not sure. That's why we probably got a little bit confused on where everyone was. But either way, Big Boy Brazier still not opted to pit yet. But why would he? He's in the middle of nowhere. He's fine. He's comfortable. He hasn't got anything to stress about. He's literally on his own, so he can pump in the lap times that he needs to. Matt, meanwhile, is on the back of Emplava, looking to go around the outside of Ascari. And then Plava's just got to keep it in the middle of the track. He does so, and Matt can't find a way through. He has a better exit, though, out of Ascari. But can the Honda hang in there? That's the question, as Nexus has pulled well away from these guys at the minute, and in a solid P3 in the Jag, as Overtaker has returned back on track, with Nexus only now exiting Parabolica.
Yeah, as Overtaker
Matt and Plava have come together. And slight damage from the pair of them. That's going to invite Gary and Fury to try and catch onto the back of him. They're nowhere near them. But looks like Plava had a little bit of a twitch. And just went to correct it. And Matt was on the inside of him. And they came together.
Yeah, I just saw it in Matt's personal stream. In one corner of the eye.
Yeah, it looked like...
He's now pitting.
Ripper now into the pits. Is that one lap that he's done enough? That is the question. He's quite quick in the pits. I'm not sure what his trick is in the pits, but he does seem to be quite quick in and out. Fury is back onto the rear wing of Gary 131 and needs to gain 2 seconds on Emplava and Matimovic, too busy scrapping one another, and they'd lost out to Nexus.
Jamie's going to take the lead of this race.
He is indeed. Jamie, Big Boy Brazier, hasn't led a race in a long time, hasn't won a race in a long time, and
since F1.
Since F1, and he is now leading here at Monza in his McLaren. He's got about 8 minutes left to get his pit window done, as the same for Wolfenator. So we go back to the fighting Matt and Emplava. Matt has got a little bit closer again as they sort the differences out, as Fury is now P8 and within half a second of Gary 131. So all these fights are going to resume. It always seems to be the Jaeger boys that seem to be in the scraps, doesn't it?
Yeah, into too many Jaeger bombs.
Emplava's gone wide at the end of Ascari. Matt and Emplava now going side by side. The Honda maybe got a little bit more straight line speed, but Matt is going to stay to the outside. Emplava is going to try and break later than Matt. He's on the inside of Parabolica. Matt was a bit brave there to turn in that early, but Emplava works his Honda into Parabolica, but loses out to the Bentley. But he's in the tow now of the Bentley. And what a tow it is. It is a big old beast. As Fury has got past Gary, and Gary's losing a place there to him. As here goes Emplava on the outside of Matt. And Matt just touches Emplava. Emplava goes off. Or was that Matt just squeezing him ever so slightly, or did Emplava give him a little bit of a shove? Emplava somehow stayed in front. He's probably got damage to the front end of that Honda. As now...
I'm just surprised he's clattered off a barrier.
How much damage has he got? That is the question, as Fury wants to get a little bit closer to them. As Emplava is not giving up the place. He has now.
JB stays out for another lap.
He does indeed. How much damage has Emplava got to the front of his car? Matt is probably cursing him right now and saying, look, this should have been my race. Oh, Matt's very loose on the rear. Ripper, meanwhile. Oh, Overtaker's off.
He is off.
Overtaker's in the wall. Where's Nexus? Nowhere near him.
Nowhere near him. He was some 18 seconds behind him.
But Overtaker was off. Ripper is back in the lead again. Oh my god.
It's just chaos.
It is chaos, as Emplava's got probably damage to the front end of his Honda. He's struggling with a little bit of understeer there and can't quite stick with Matt now, so Matt will probably extend that gap and try and work on Nexus. But what has ever happened to Overtaker? He's dropped behind Ripper. He's now 8.5 behind. Yeah, bizarre. He had a comfortable gap of 3 seconds before the pit stops. He lost it all and is now back behind Ripper again. Did he get damaged from tapping the wall? We don't know. Nexus, though, his gap is now 8.9. It was 16 seconds, so Overtaker lost a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm now checking on the replay.
Peaceable, meanwhile, has caught onto the back of Gary 131 while him and Fury have been battling it out. Smoky Devil's on the back of Jay as Peaceful looks towards the chicane. He's not quite close enough. We'll have to wait a little bit longer to try and attack the back of Fury.
So Ripper came out the pits just in front of Overtaker.
Oh, so the 2 laps that Ripper did on his own were clearly enough, and he jumped Overtaker in the pit somehow.
I'm now watching how the rest of this lap develops, as what I'm seeing on the replay function is gone through Curva Grande into the second chicane. Overtaker right on the rear end of the Ripper. Into the first Lesmo, or swoopy right turn.
Big Boy Brazier finally decides to pit. Where's this going to put him out after all of the chaos that's been going on? He's been minding his own business. He's possibly going to get dropped soon. Ripper goes into Parabolica. And on his way he goes. Overtaker now heading into Parabolica. Nexus is only now heading towards Parabolica. Matt is 6 seconds away. I think Jamie might slot into the Matt and Prava fight, possibly.
Okay, Overtaker just went wide in the Scari, earned the grass, didn't hit the wall or anything, but he was side by side with Ripper heading into the Scari.
Jamie's been dropped, so he isn't going to jump Matt or Emprava, but he is going to be very close to Fury, I think. Fury is now exiting Parabolica as Jamie is coming to the end of the pit lane. And he's going to be released now. There he is. There is the McLaren. And Fury will get him. Meanwhile, Peaceful has got ahead of Gary 131. And Big Boy Brazier gets ahead of those two. Well, Gary meets his brakes. He's going to miss his brakes. Avoids Peaceful. Does a fantastic job avoiding it. And he'll obviously have to wait till Peaceful comes along. Where is Peaceful? There he is. Gary, lad, you're going to have to give that place up, boy.
2 places, because he went past Jamie as well.
He did indeed. Like, come on, Gary. Come on, lad. Give up those places. He's not going to. So,
Gary, but the whole world's watching.
or was. I've come away from it now. Earth to Gary. Earth to Gary.
Yeah, I've still got my eye on him, so...
Right, so, Nexus is still... He's lost time to Overtaker, so Overtaker's sorted his stuff out. Did Overtaker touch the wall? I don't think he did.
No, he didn't. He avoided the wall, luckily.
But he's probably flat-spotted those tyres, and that has allowed him to disappear. Just in front of him, meanwhile, is Nexus and Wolfinator. And Wolfinator looked like he overtook Nexus.
Oh, Peaceful's just had a bobble through your Scary chicane.
He has indeed. And Shane is a million miles away from that. So Big Boy Brazier and Peaceful are probably sitting there wondering, Gary, what are you playing at, lad? Come on. Matt has...
He's got to give it back. He has got to give it back.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it clear as day. He just missed his brakes, straight line the chicane, and, you know... As once again, Wolfinator is all over the shot, and Nexus is trying to negotiate the Audi, but he's not making it easy. I think Wolfinator is trying to hunt down Louis Allen, but he's actually being more in the way than anything. And whoa!
Peaceful did a dive on Jamie.
So Peaceful now misses his brake. He then bounces over Jamie, and chaos resumes. Shane isn't quite close enough yet, so yeah. Chaos between those guys.
I think there might be a ticket going in on Barry for cutting that. They're not returning the position.
Yeah, I think there's going to be quite a few inquiries at this minute. But now Nexus has cleared the Audi of Wolfinator. He seems to have been getting himself back up to pace. Matt currently P4 at the minute, and he's slowly trying to bring that gap down.
Oh, would you love to have the Jack on the podium and Benny in for an interview?
Stop cursing him. Let's keep it quiet. Meanwhile, good friends.
Jack?
Good friends, Jay and Tech Leader are going at it in the second chicane. Jay bounces over the curb. Tech Leader is going to go around the outside. The 2 Ferraris. If 4 Ferraris got on the podium, then we would add their 50th, and that's not going to happen. Tech Leader's gone wide, and Jay hangs on to the position.
Smokey got through as well.
Oh,
Smokey. Tech Leader.
Yep, Smokey worked his way past Tech Leader, and up a position he goes. The pit window is now closed. Everybody has done their mandatory pit stop at the right time. How much damage is Peaceful carrying? Because Shane is starting to reel him in. Meanwhile, speaking of reeling in, Matt has brought the gap down to 1.4 between him and Nexus, but they do have Green Wolfinator between them.
Yeah, and is it Wolfie Nexus teammate last season, or was I can't remember. Or was he independent?
Wolfenator, I think he was teammates with T. With the JW Sports Racing. Nexus was an independent, I believe.
Independent again, because no one would actually. I would run the Jag. Not like I would run the Jag.
Well, meanwhile, Nexus is now trying to get his way past Louis Allen. Shane is now half a second behind Peaceful.
And Louis should yield because of blue flags.
And he has. He's moved to one side, as has Wolfenator, as I go on board with Matt. So, once again, Nexus has a car between him and Matt. Matt's gone onto the curb. How he's caught that, I don't know. Louis Allen made that really easy for Matt. This Bentley's looking a little bit twitchy around here.
I wouldn't know, I didn't run this week. In the Bentley.
So, Tech Leader has somehow got ahead of Smokey. So, Smokey's had a moment somewhere. Louis Allen and Wolfenator are now having a scrap, while Matt and Nexus are having a scrap. So can the Jaguar hang on for 11 minutes? That's the question.
That's a hard ask, wouldn't it?
That is a hard task to ask for, especially with Matt in the Bentley.
Wolfie's having a look around the outside of Louis Allen and some parabolica. Hate to interrupt you then, Dan.
No, that's completely fine. Yeah, he does, and I don't think he's going to quite get the grunt. And I think the Honda is slightly better in a straight line.
Long for the cutback on towards start-finish line. Oh, man, I love the sound of the Audi. The Audi V10 engine is such a nice noise.
It is indeed. We'll keep an eye on Matt and Nexus just ahead, but these two are having the scrap, the main fight at the minute, as Wolfenator looks to the outside and quite can't get the job done. Louis Allen hangs on to that 14th place position. This is battling for the final places on the grid. Meanwhile, Shane has still not been able to do anything about Peaceful Explosion. Matt has got quite close to the back of Nexus. Jaguar versus Bentley for Pride of Britain.
Well, one's now owned by Tatra, which is Indian, and the other's owned by VW.
They are
German.
Indeed. Nexus, sorry, Louis Allen and Wolfenator's at a moment. Wolfenator's gone straight on at the second sector, so possibly missed his brakes and went straight on. Matt, meanwhile, is right on the rear wing of Nexus. He's going to send it down the inside. Not really an overtaking opportunity. They bang doors. The two commentators for Pro-Am, they're banging doors, and they're now battling it out as Matt is going to go around the outside of Ascari. Nexus really can't do anything about it. Is he going to try and outbrake him into Ascari? He thought about it, and Matt will hang on to that third place position. Now 20 seconds off of the top two. Oh, Nexus! Woo!
Have you noticed how massive that rear wing is on the back of the Jaguar as well?
Yeah, it's huge.
It is huge. It's like driving with a dining room table on the back of your car.
Yeah, it is particularly large.
Overtake has made another mistake because the lead's just jumped up to 12 seconds.
It has indeed. So Overtaker has really blown it on this one, and Ripper is looking to take a fourth win of the season. Big Boy Brazier sending it down the inside into Parabolica at Gary 131. Gary can't do anything about that, and through goes Big Boy Brazier. I was going to say Peaceful Explosion then. He's still 3 seconds behind these two, so if these two come together, then Gary's in the tow. But again, the Porsche not the best in a straight line. You can see it's not quite gaining on the McLaren. As he goes to the outside, is he going to make his brakes? He does this time as they head into the chicane. So Big Boy Brazier up another position and ahead of Gary 131. Fury is
makes a nice noise.
The Porsche, I think, is the best sounding car on this game.
Well, V12 Aston.
Nah, still the Porsche for me. Gary's coming back though towards the second chicane. He had a great run through the Curva Grande, and he's going to go around the outside, but he's going to get squeezed to the outside. Fair stuff there from Jamie, gave him space. And Gary's going to have to try something else. He heads towards Lesmo 1. He is defending for Lesmo. And Gary can't find a way through. This is clean, fair racing between these two. And Shane
tried. Oh, that was so close.
He got it together. Meanwhile, Matt's not really pulling away from Nexus. Nexus is still within reach. We keep an eye on that fight, but Gary has a decent run out of Lesmo too. But the top end speed is not helping him here in the Porsche as they head towards the Ascari chicane. Jamie does the right thing, puts his car in the middle of the track. Gary's chosen his line and he can't find a way through the outside of Ascari. And here we go again, down towards Parabolica, but Gary runs a little bit wide. Meanwhile, while these two are duking it out, Fury has brought the gap down to Emprava to 1.1. So we'll see how those two get on. But Nexus now definitely losing touch to Matt as Gary loses the rear. And he just hangs in there. But he's given a poor exit out of Parabolica, and he's going to do all the hard work over again. Meanwhile, Tech Leader is back behind Smoky Devil. Smoky Devil is pulling away from Tech Leader.
Yeah, Overtaker must have damage. He's dropping more time. So,
he's probably flat spotted those tyres at the minute. There's just no grip. Oh, as Gary gives Jamie a little bump going into turn 1. And Jamie's like, nah, mate, you're not coming through here. You're going to have to go the long way around. And Gary's opting for the long way around. He's going to go around the outside of the Curva Grande. Jamie versus Gary. This is season 3 in the Pro. And Gary is just going to hold it there in the second chicane. Jamie tries to turn in, but Gary's there. And Gary gets back in front. So can Big Boy Brazier return the favour? While these two are battling it up, Peaceful and Shane have turned up. And be like, hello, boys. We want to go at this now.
Hello, can we join the room for 2 more? As they would say. Yeah, Matt's dropped Nexus now.
Yeah, Matt's dropped Nexus. He's not going to catch Overtaker with 5 minutes left to go unless Overtaker makes a mistake. Ripper has got this race under control as Gary is now ahead of this train. He is the Trulli train. And he's got Big Boy Brazier hustling in the back of him right now.
That'll be gone defensive.
Yep, he defends the inside of Parabolica. He's going to compromise his line, but he does come back over. He can do that. He gives the car's width for Big Boy Brazier. And into Parabolica. Jamie with the downforce, with the grip, goes down the inside of the Porsche. Gary struggling with grip and traction and loses out. Peaceful not close enough to these two at the minute, but Gary goes straight back into the slipstream down the long back straight. Meanwhile, Fury has caught Emprava, so we keep an eye on that, but Gary is looking to attack Big Boy Brazier. He's going to try the outside again, but Big Boy makes his breaking points. Gary gives him a little kiss there as they went into the chicane. As Shane gets within 2/10 of Peaceful. These four all going at it at the minute. Meanwhile, Fury is trying to pester Emprava. Gary looking to the outside again of Big Boy Brazier. They're side by side, Porsche versus McLaren. As they head towards the second chicane, is Gary going to get enough in front? He hits the brakes. Has he gone too hard? Yes, he has, and misses the second chicane. The Porsche really struggles on the brakes, and through goes Peaceful. Will Shane get through? No, he's lost time on these guys. Meanwhile, Fury now is within 2/10 of Emprava.
Matt's within 7 seconds of Overtaker.
Overtaker's really struggling. Has he had to drop the fuel? Is he fuel saving?
Well, I can't look now, can we? Oh, Palava makes a mistake into Ascari and Fury has passed.
He has made a mistake into Ascari. Can he get it going as quickly as possible before the boys catch up to him? As Big Boy Brazier only now entering Ascari, he can see the Honda as he's got going again, and there's nothing he can do. This seems to have leveled itself out. Now Gary is dropped behind Peaceful. Now, Overtaker and Matt, 5.8. Overtaker, is he saving fuel?
Yeah, he's dropped another nearly 2 seconds and 1 sector alone to the Ripper, and Matt's coming.
Ripper in a world of his own. Matt is in P3. He might possibly get P2. Overtaker is walking wounded for some reason, and we think it's possibly fuel. Maybe, but we're not sure. Maybe he's blistered the tyres, maybe he's ballooned, and we just don't know at this stage. But Big Boy Brazier goes
4 seconds.
Yeah, he is catching by a race knot, and he's not just losing out to Matt, he's losing out to Nexus. Nexus is coming with him. So yeah, Overtaker could be in trouble here between his fellow Bentley driver and a Jaguar. Overtaker,
Matt
if he's going to have... Matt can see him. as we come into the second delta soon. We'll come back to him as Shane is now hustling the back of Gary 1-3. Whoa, Gary's missed his brakes again. And Peaceful Explosion gets away lightly with that one because he nearly got a hit from the rear from the Porsche. 1.7 now, so Overtaker needs to, whatever's going wrong here, it's got to be fuel. He's got to be fuel is the reason why he's slow.
Doesn't Overtaker always run a car light anyway?
He does indeed. Has he miscalculated his fuel that he needed when he came into the pits? Is his greatest achievement of running low fuel going to be his downfall? And like I said, Matt's just towing Nexus with him.
Yeah, and we had that last lap call, yeah.
Because Ripper is half a second down the road. Half a minute, sorry. So he's going to start the final lap. He's got a 30-second gap. Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, as now Matt turns into the first chicane on what this battle was brewed very quickly.
Evening to Daz in the chat. You're about to see some interesting racing towards the end of this race as Overtaker is struggling. We're not sure why, but we think it's due to fuel. But we will see how it goes. Matt, though, hasn't gained as much this time, so maybe Overtaker thought, I've saved enough fuel. He straight lined the chicane. He did indeed. Nexus is coming with Matt. You can see them as Nexus has to cut the chicane as well. Meanwhile, Big Boy Brazy is on the back of Emprava.
As I watch the brewing Bentley battle, the battle of the Bentleys.
Oh, what is going to happen here? As Big Boy Brazier now still trying to way past on Emplava, but can't seem to find a way through. Peaceful in P8, Gary P9, Shane P10.
I think Ripper's backed off. I think Ripper's out of fuel. He's going really slowly.
He doesn't want to do another lap. He doesn't want to do a lap.
He doesn't want to go another lap. He's backed off.
Yep. Whipper has won the race. And that is 4 from 4 on the Audi, and that's 4 in Pro, 4 in Pro-Am. Overtaker is just going to hang on for P2. Did he have to fuel save or what there? I'm not quite sure. But Ripper wins. We will find out. Ripper wins that one. Overtaker will finish in second. Matt will finish in third. Nexus, a fantastic P4. Could have been a P3, but it is P4 for Nexus. Fury is going to come home for P5. Meanwhile, Big Boy Brazier is going around the outside of Emplava as Fury crosses the line. Big Boy Brazier from the back of the pack. He's going to make it all the way home, back up into 6th, but Emplava looks to try and get him on the line. It is Big Boy Brazier for take 6th, Emplava 7th, Peaceful Explosion will finish 8th, Gary 131 is 9th, Shane will finish in 10th, Jay is going to finish in 11th, Wolfinator and Louis Allen have already finished. As all the guys come to the end, as Jay now coming into Parabolica to finish his race. As Spooky Devil also not too far away, Tech Leader's gone off. But once again, Audi resume on top here in Pro with Ripper taking 2 from 2 here at Monza. Can anybody stop him as Tech Leader is in the wall? Ripper, though, once again, top of the table. We should hopefully get Overtaker and Matt in the chat. Matt's already in here, so we know that for sure. I'll quickly put a poll up for driver of the day. But PN, quick words from yourself of Monza and your driver of the day as well.
Driver of the day is easily Nexus in that Jag. In P4. In the Jag. I'd like to point out.
Do you want to say that one more time?
In the Jag.
As Jeremy Clarkson would say, in the Jag.
Jag. I'm terribly sorry. I appear to have left my wallet in my other trousers.
Let's see if I can get a better view of Ripper coming to the line. For me, I think, although Nexus did really well in race 2, I feel like you can't obviously look back at how dominant Ripper has been. He took, you know, the win by half a minute as well. So Ripper for me, I'm going to give Ripper driver of the day, but obviously obviously a special mention to Nexus as well, as put a driver of the day up for you as well, and I'll just refresh the tables. And this is obviously
not yet.
okay, not yet. So what we do? So we're just waiting for Overtaker to get into the party. Drivers are down. That's really the one I just worried about at the minute, but an unofficial result so far, obviously due to penalties and stuff still to come, but it is a Ripper who leads the way still. He's got 19 points ahead of Overtaker in the Bentley, with Matt sitting in P3. He's 38 points off of Ripper at the minute. Tied for 4th place is Tibbs and Nexus. Basically those two fighting out for best of the rest, but they got Wolfinator just behind them. Fury has got within, to be fair, between Peaceful all the way up to Tips, so from 4th to 9th, that is only separated by 7 points at the minute. So Tibbs in 4th, Nexus 5th, Wolfinator in 6th, Fury 7th, Gary 131 in 8th, Peaceful Explosion in 9th, and Plava is 10th, 11th is Jay, Louis Allen is 12th, 13th is Euro, 14th is Tech Leader, 15th is Ben Bath, Shane is 16th, Big Boy Brazier 17th, 18th is Breeze, 19th is Smoky Devil, and T brings up the rear, still yet to score a point. Teletubby Motorsports extend their gap. They got 20 points over Jaeger Motorsport, with Killer Performance sitting in P3. As Titan Oro Racing is in P4, with Simplay Racing in P5, Flying Potatoes P6, JWB Sports E-Racing is in 7th, and Hot Wheels Racing bring up the rear. Manufacturers wide, Bentley goes back in front after the second race with a 39 gap over Audi. This is going to be a continuous fight between Audi and Bentley, with Ripper and myself in the Audi, and Bentley for Overtaker and Matt. I think it's going to be tight between the two manufacturers, with McLaren in P3 ahead of Ferrari, Honda 5th, Porsche 6th, Lexus 7th, Jaguar 8th, 9th is Aston Martin, 10th is BMW, Mercedes 11th, and 12th is Nissan. We do have two of the top 3 in with us. We will start with Matt, and Matt, probably a chaotic night's worth of racing for yourself.
Joke.
But I mean, you still walked away with a P3 in this one, nearly a P2 as well. Just sum up the night's overall racing this evening.
Racing? Joke. Monza is such an easy circuit to learn. It's a hard circuit to master. But for some reason, everybody wants to act like flipping fools on turn 1s and sharp chicanes and just tap everybody around. It is a joke. And the silly thing is you'd think by now, the amount of time we've done Monza at Simplay, people would learn, but nobody seems to be learning.
Okay, so clearly unhappy with today's racing. Obviously, yourself and Gary, though, have scored decent points nonetheless. Gary looked a bit tricky in race 2, but nonetheless, good points for yourself. Only 20 points behind the Teletubby Motorsport boys, so you can't be too upset about that one.
Yeah, massively. No, I am, because it could have been more. Gary's just struggled tonight. He's not had the best of it, but I felt I could have given more to the team. I miss Imola with being at work, so it is a kick in the teeth when you know you have that pace to win races and you have the chance to win a race tonight. You get hampered by other drivers who want to be idiots, and then you miss the next race because of work. It's a kick in the privates, if I'm going to be honest with you, Dan.
Well, okay, you can at least put them Monza behind you and focus on the next race. Obviously, like I said, you miss Imola. Then it's Hungaroring, the next one.
Yeah.
Bentley tends to do quite well at Hungaroring. Is quite good on the curves. What can you expect from there?
3rd or 2nd place. I don't think the Bentley's as good as the Audi. And I think it could be me and Overtaker fight. I just think it's going to depend on who has their second part at the end of the day. The Bentley's good round there, but I think the Audi's a bit better. So I think I can't see us catching Ripper, but you know we're going to get so many lap 1 heroes again in the reverse grid. I've got to see where I am in that reverse grid because I could be in the thick of the pack here with obviously missing Imola in 2 weeks' time. And I suppose I get 3 weeks now to sort of test and work on Hungaroring a bit more, but. Monza, man, everybody knows the chaos of Monza, and you just feel that people don't. Everybody knows the chaos, but yet everybody still wants to drive like idiots. It's just a kick in the teeth when you miss 6 races and you know you had the pace. 48.4, I think, was my best lap race 2. 48.5 race 1. I know I had the pace of Ripper and Overtaker tonight to beat them. And, you know, fair play to Ripper and to Overtaker and to Nexus and Tibbs in race 1. They was fantastic, and I take nothing away from their races. They was brilliant. Not sure what happened to Taker at the end. Could have got him. I was kind of worked out that Ripper crossed the line and would have got an extra lap in. I think he slowed at the end to not get that extra lap in. I think had he got it, I'd have probably got Overtaker. But no, fair play to them guys and to Tibbs and Nexus as well. Just we move on to Hungaroring. Hopefully Gary can pick up as many points Imola in 2 weeks' time as possible.
Well, congratulations on the P3 in race 2 and commiserations for race 1. And we'll see you on Monday night for the GT4s. So
2 weeks.
2 weeks time.
Week on Monday.
Oh yeah, week on Monday. Yeah. So actually no, we'll see you next week for the fun event that we're going to host.
Hopefully so. Yeah, we're going to speak about it over the weekend, and keep your eyes on social media. We'll hopefully have something ready to go. But thanks Dan, thanks PN. Again, Taker, well done mate. Ripper, massive well done to you again.
We do have Overtaker in the chat with us, and first things first, I want to get clear with Overtaker is what on earth was happening at the end of that race, because you were very, very slow. Did you under fuel, and were you trying to save fuel at the end?
Yeah, I massively underfueled. I don't know what went wrong. I had calculated my fuel for the first race, and I had 12 liters spare, and I did the same match for the second race, and I find out that I'm not gonna make it to the end. About 6 laps to go, and I just put it on the safety car mode 8 and trying to survive. And I gained, I think, 1 whole lap by fuel saving. So all I can say is thank you Reaper for slowing down, because 1 more lap and I would have been out. I had 0.4 in the tank at the finish line.
I was going to say, Ripper did do a massive favour for you there, just giving you that extra, not giving you that extra lap to do. But nonetheless, your Bentley looks very strong here tonight. Obviously, race 2, you got the jump on him, pulled away and got away from all the disaster, and looked like at times you and Ripper were just matching one another. And obviously with the miscalculation with the fuel, going to Imola next, do you think that you're now on par with Ripper? Just once you dial out all these little tiny errors, you might be able to take the fight to him?
Yeah, I mean, we were lapping similar. We lapped similar in Kalami. I think he got a couple of tenths on me, but not every lap. And on here, I think the first race he was faster, a few tenths. By the second race after the pit stops, the Bentley came alive. I saw that with Matt last season. After the second pit stop in the long races, his Bentley was super fast. And I don't know, it's strange. His Bentley just came alive. At the second pit stop, I was doing 48 slow before I had to fuel save. And I don't know, I have to change something in my pit stops, because every time I repeat, Ripper gains 2 or 3 seconds. I was 3.5 seconds ahead of him before the pit stops. When I came out, he was in front of me. So I don't know what he's doing in there. I need to talk to Fury what he's doing, because I'm losing in the pits, the races.
Well, we do go to Imola in 2 weeks' time, obviously due to one of the admins being away and not being able to broadcast next week. That gives you an extra week of practice at Imola. What do you expect for Imola? A fantastic circuit, a great chance for maybe a good fight between yourself and Ripper around there, and possibly Matt as well. Oh, we won't be there, sorry, but Fury possibly.
Yes, you guys know the Imola is part of the DLC, and I don't have it, so I don't know the track. I mean, I know it from previous games, but not in ACC, so this extra week is gonna help me to get familiar with it and maybe take my setup to a next level, because I need to do something to fight Reaper.
Well, nonetheless, mate, congratulations on the P2, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time at Imola.
Yeah, and congrats to Matt and Fury also for P3 in the race 1, and Reaper, of course. It's a shame we don't have him in the party chat.
And that is it for Monza. And firstly, I have to apologise to all the guys in the stream right now for the terrible camera angles. We weren't sure what's been going on, but nonetheless, we did what we could. And we head to Imola in 2 weeks' time. Like I said, due to one of the admins being away, we were not able to stream all of the events, but it gives them an extra week of practice there, PN, for Imola in 2 weeks' time. Should be an exciting round for sure.
Hopefully the KTM will work a bit better. There's more corners at Imola.
It hopefully will. Hopefully there's some curbs that will take the other GT4s out and the Camaro can just run over it.
Or some wet stuff out of the sky. That'll help the KTM a lot as well.
Let's have some wet weather. Let's introduce some rain. Let's have it at Imola. Why not? The driver of the day has come to an end. It has gone the way of Nexus, so he gets driver of the day in his Jaguar. Yeah. Congratulations to him. But that is it for the normal schedule here. Obviously, GT4s and GT3s are going to have a week's break, an extra practice for them, like I said, due to the admin being away. But we will try and put on some form of event, so keep your eyes closed, keep your eyes open for anything. I was going to say closed then, that'd be daft. Keep your eyes open for anything on the Discord for all the drivers, possibly a PS5 event, and we will see what happens there. But make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, head down into the link below to have a look at Design Manchester and also have a look at Audio Sport as well. But from myself, PN, and all of the GT3s, it's been Monza, it's been Chaos, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time at Imola for the GT4s on Monday night. Good night.
Good night.
And we're clear.